Here we're using a for loop to tell the red light to blink 5 times, the yellow light to blink 3 times, and the green light to only blink 1 time. I also changed the delays to make each one blink for a different length of time.
In this code, I wanted the red LED to be on high, then the green one, and finally the yellow one. But what if I want each LED to blink a certain number of times before switching colors? Well, I could just copy-paste the code and then have the red go low, followed by going high again. In this case, the red LED would go high, then low, then high, and it wouldn't go low again until the green one turned on. The problem with this is, as you can see, the code gets quite long. So instead, we're going to change it and use a for loop. What a for loop does is it lets you do a certain action as many times as you want. I already have the example here. Write in the command for, create an integer, we're just going to use the letter I. Have that integer start at a certain number, for example at 0. Then create the next condition, as long as I is less than 5, and then how quickly you want this variable I to increase. We're going to have it increase by a value of 1 each time. So what this command is saying is that anything within this for loop right here is going to repeat as long as I is between the value of 0 and less than 5. So in other words, it's going to repeat 5 times. If we go back to the sample code here, the red LED will be high and then turn off to low 5 times. Once this is complete, the for loop is done and the code goes to the next section. Here I want the yellow LED to be high and then low between the values of 0 and 3, so for a total of 3 times. And finally, I want my green LED to be high and then low between 0 and 1, so only a total of 1 times. Before we upload the code, let's verify. That's going to let us know that there's actually an error in our code. If you compare this to the sample code over here, you'll notice that on the inside of the for loop information, you should actually have semicolons, not commas. So let's replace those commas with semicolons. Also notice that unlike the commands up here, where the end of the row had to end in a semicolon, the for does not end in a semicolon because instead you have curly braces which show that every piece of information within this block is going to repeat as many times as the for loop states. Another problem in the code right here is that your red LED is high, but it never goes low. So even though the computer will execute this command, you won't even notice anything different in your circuit because the red LED will just be high the entire time. So you'd actually need to have a digital write to make the red LED low for a certain length of time as well. Now you can verify and you are ready to upload.